PJT is probably one of the most respected investment banks in the entire world, but it is a reputation that tends to be exclusive to those in the industry. Now, on its surface, PJT is a relatively new bank, being formed in 2015. However, it stands on the legacy of one of the greatest bankers of all time in Paul Taubman, as well as being spun out of the Blackstone advisory business. And unsurprisingly, back in the day, Blackstone's advisory business was one of the most coveted positions coming out of school. Now, PJT has three primary divisions. They have M&A advisory, they have their Park Hill business, which helps with fund placement and advises private equity firms and hedge funds. And of course, they have their restructuring and special situations group. Now, PJT is pretty impressive. They generate over $1 billion in advisory fees. But their Park Hill business is one of the largest fund placement businesses in North America, generating almost $150 million in fees. Now, PJT's most legendary group is definitely its restructuring group. It's celebrated for its top pay, its great culture, its consistency of exits. Now, this group advises distressed companies. That means companies going through bankruptcy, as well as creditors. So it is a slightly different skill set from traditional M&A. And league tables don't work quite as well for restructuring because a lot of bankruptcies are settled out of court. But PJT runs one of the most profitable restructuring businesses in the world, consistently earning the highest fees. And they're also one of the most hired restructuring groups, alongside Houlihan Lokey, Evercore, and Perella. Now, the relative softness of PJT's brand outside of finance, I think really highlights what happens to a lot of spinouts. If you look at recent spinouts like Tidal or Ardia, they are on very good deals, but sometimes it just requires a little bit more explanation to recruiters or other firms outside of finance. But PJT is still an incredible place to work, and it often competes with Evercore and Centerview for being the top elite boutique.